All right, guys, so I'm making this video on how to grow an OC YouTube channel. I just want to be real humble here, where I'm not exactly a big OC YouTube channel, but I'm just gonna share like what I learned from like making OC YouTube content, and like this is kind of like a guide more for my friends and for me in the future in case I ever forget. I am experimenting like the theories that I practice in this video, or the theories that I say in this video, on another channel called Parkman123, which is my OC YouTube name. Side tangent, that is the name of my little brother, not me. But I made that channel just to spam OSU content because I used to do it for this channel, but I don't do it anymore. I just like make like other OSU shit. Like it may be my FCs or like me just talking to camera, talking about OSU stuff. But that's kind of what this channel is for. The Parkman 123, that one's just for clips. So if you want to get OC spam, you can check that out in the description if you want. I mean, you don't have to, but that's just kind of just my spamming clips. I'll upload daily on that. But sorry for the plug, but this video is a video on how to grow an OC YouTube channel, because I kind of noticed a need here and there where there's people that are really fucking good at this game, and these guys, in terms of OSU content and like their subscriber count, are like, I don't want to sound very boasty or braggy about this, but I look at their subscriber count and then I look at their rank and I think they should have more subs, because they're obviously very fucking good at this game, and me compared to them, I am absolute shit at the game compared to them, but I have more subscribers. What is going on here? I feel like if they had the knowledge that I have right now, then they could definitely go to their YouTube channel to a point where their subscriber count actually matches how good they are at the game. But that's kind of like my reasonings for making this video. And I also want to give some disclaimers about making an OSU YouTube channel. So OSU YouTube is not exactly a popular niche to grow in. Like if you compare it to like Minecraft, like there's not a lot of like people with million subscribers, right? OSU, the highest like subscribed people, probably maybe only a few 100K. Like Beats Troll MC, who's like the most popular OSU YouTuber, only is like maybe 300,000 YouTube subscribers. And if you compare that to like the rest of YouTube as a whole, like there's people out there with like hundreds of million subscribers and millions of subscribers and shit. Like compared to like those niches, compared to OSU is extremely small. So I just want to give that disclaimer that you can't expect to grow like a million subscribers and shit if you do OSU. I mean, in the immediate present is what I mean. Like maybe in the future it's possible, but for right now, it's gonna be extremely hard. But nobody's done it yet. Maybe it is possible, but it's extremely hard. And also another thing about OSU content is that if you produce like a bunch of OSU clips, like I'm assuming that for an OSU YouTube channel, it's just like a channel where you just post your gameplay. You can't expect that a lot of people will subscribe to you. Like maybe we'll get a lot of views on some videos here and there, like your clips, your god modes, but in terms of like subscriber to viewer ratio, that thing's not going to be extremely high unless you're a top player or a person that's higher ranked. So what I noticed is that there's a direct proportionality in terms of subscriber to viewer ratio into like how good you are at the game. So the higher rank you are, the higher your subscriber to viewer ratio is, which means that you're going to get more subs if you're better at the game. Like that's kind of what I noticed. I just want to give those disclaimers really quick. I'm not trying to dissuade you from making an OC YouTube channel, but I'm just like saying the very like quick drawbacks about it. Okay, but now I'm just gonna tell you guys how to actually make the OSU content. Growing an OSU YouTube channel, you got to understand the cycle of quantity to quality to quality cycle for content creation in general. This is for all YouTube channels, but in terms of OSU, you have to follow the cycle in order to gain a lot of subscribers. Okay, you don't have to. Like you could go quality and then quality, but this is assuming that you are extremely like zero experience when you're making OSU YouTube channels. Like no experience at all, okay? If you have some experience in making content, you should probably start with the quality. If you don't have any experience, this is what you do. Start with quantity. The quantity is when you spam a bunch of OSU clips, because what you do in the quantity phase is that you gain experience in making OSU content or just making videos in general. Because let's be honest, if you're just making a YouTube channel and you're making videos, your first couple videos are going to be shit. All right. This is like something I learned from Mr. Beast, like the concept of like your videos being shit. Because he was kind of like, okay, let's be real. The first 100 videos that you make on YouTube, like assuming these are like not OSU clips, but in terms of like actual videos, they're gonna be ass. But then the past 100, they're gonna be good, because every time you're gonna upload, you're gonna get better making videos. But at first, at any scale, okay, you're gonna be absolute dog water. So you gotta realize that you're not gonna be that good at making clips unless you have extensive experience beforehand, and I'm assuming that you don't have any experience. By the way, this quantity cycle, I did get it from this guy named Alex Hormozy, which is like a content creator that just talks about business and shit. And I learned it from him because he's got like the content creation game down. And this is the concept I learned from him. I applied it to this channel, and right now I'm at the quality phase because I did go past the quality phase because where I spammed a bunch of OSU clip content. Like you can look at my channel and look through my oldest videos. It's just a bunch of shitty ass daily clips. That's what I did. And now it's just quality phase where I'm just making, like, talking to a camera and shit. But that's what you want to do in terms of like the overall content creation. Like I can't speak for quality cycle, like in terms of specifics of what you should upload. That's kind of up to you. But for most people, you want to start the quantity to spam their daily clips. But then you're probably asking, okay, how do I clip stuff and what do I even clip? Okay, in terms of clipping, I'm just gonna quickly say that I use Outplayed to clip my stuff. I used to use Metal, but Metal stopped working for me for some reason, so I just use Outplayed. There's some talks that Overwolf, which is like the host of Outplayed, is like spyware or something. I don't really know. I don't really care. As long as it works for me, I'm all good. I don't give a fuck with the spyware. Sometimes it doesn't really work for OSU sometimes here and there where it doesn't record a session, but it works most of the time. So if you want to use that, just use Outplayed, I guess. I'll probably leave a link in the description, or maybe not. I'll probably forget, but that's what I use to clip OSU. You can learn how to set it up like some other way, but what do you actually clip? So many times when I go onto OSU YouTube channels, just like random ones, I see motherfuckers with like, they upload their whole last play of like a map, or these guys like that. That's literally the most common thing I see. Like they upload their whole last clip. So let's say they got a play on a 4-minute map they thought was cool, and they upload that whole shit. Like, let's be real, bro. If you're not like a crazy top player like Emmerich or something, you're some random guy and you upload your whole play on that, nobody's gonna watch that. Nobody gives a fuck. I'm just gonna splash you with the cold water here. Nobody cares about your play unless you're a top player. So that's like the only way, that's like the only exception where I would say you should upload your like full plays is if you're like a top player, because people would actually be interested in watching the whole thing. But if you're just like some random 5-digit and you upload your whole play, nobody cares, man. So what do you actually clip? You clip your god modes. You clip like your small like plays in like a map that you think was cool. So that's kind of like an abstract way of explaining what to clip. But in terms of god modes, what they are like small parts of small sections of a map, or just maybe some sections of a map where you do extremely well, like in comparison to your average play. And when that happens, you're going to clip that. All right. And how you're going to clip it is that you're going to clip the start of the god mode, cut out all the fat. You just want the protein. All right. You cut out all the bullshit, start at the like literally beginning of the clip, because the first couple seconds of a YouTube video are probably the most important in terms of grabbing a viewer's attention. So you want to start right at the clip and you want to get straight to the point. All right. You also don't want to like drag it on for too long unless you want to. Like honestly, the ending of the clip doesn't matter as much as the beginning, but generally you just want to end it at where the god mode ends, and then that's going to be your time frame of what you clip. So that's what you clip, right? And what you do with this clip is that you upload onto YouTube, preferably daily, like 1 video a day, because it's not hard to make OSU clips, right? Because whenever you're in an OSU session, you're probably making a few god modes here and there. And when those happen, you just clip those and upload them onto YouTube. So every time you hop on, you get maybe like 2 or 3 god modes, clip those, upload it, and you have uploads for 3 days. You just schedule it. And that is the quantity phase. That's literally it. That's what I did for a few months. And that's kind of what I'm doing on another channel as an experiment right now. But that's literally what you clip, okay? That's it, okay? Then, but how do you actually title these clips and thumbnail them? Because the whole like content of it can't be presentable to the YouTube algorithm unless it has a wrapper, right? You can't give a present to someone for their birthday party if it doesn't have a wrapper, okay? Or else it just looks like shit. So what you're gonna want to do is that you have to make a title that hooks the viewer's attention and makes them want to click on it. So for example, let's say you are like a 6-7 digit and you hit the triangle pattern on Tsukinami, and you're like, holy shit, I actually did that. So you're going to want to get someone to hook your attention, like hook their attention. One way you can do it, like for that example where you hit that god mode on Tsukinami, your 7-digit, what I would do is like, I would say like 7-digit god mode. All right, 7-digit god mode, something like that. Because people are going to be curious on what is a 7-digit god mode, or maybe they're curious, what are 7 digits doing nowadays? They're going to look at that, they're going to click on it and be curious, and then they're going to see, okay, this guy's playing Tsukinami, he's 7 digit. Like they know you, they're under the assumption that you're 7 digit, and then you hit the god mode and they're going to be happy. They're like, wow, let's freaking go, dude. And that is your title. You want to make it descriptive to the god mode, but you also want to make it hooking the viewers. Like you want to think about, okay, I'm just a person on YouTube. I open YouTube and I see my For You page and there's a bunch of videos recommended to me. You have to put a title that is going to basically beat all the other titles and hook the viewer's attention. Like it's extremely abstract, but I hope that example helps. Like honestly, if you want to have like a title that's gonna hook a lot of people's attention, like just having like keywords like god modes, or even like a couple seconds, like 5-second god mode or whatever the heck, maybe you can even be descriptive about the map. You would just want it a title that makes people curious to click on it. Like if you want some examples, I guess you can look onto my channel, look at my most popular videos and see some of my clips in terms of their titles and study them. I can't really give much better advice, except you have to have a title that hooks the viewer's attention. Okay, so we got the title right. Now what about the thumbnail? So there's two ways you can go off the thumbnail. You can either become one of those guys like the crazy top players and they make custom thumbnails for their map. So let's say they got a 1000 pp on Tsukinami hidden DT. They're gonna have like the crazy font Tsukinami 1000 pp hidden DT, and they're gonna have like the map background girl as well, and it's gonna be having cool effects. It's gonna be all photoshopped and it's gonna pop out at you. You could go that way. Honestly, if you're just like a random player, like some random 5-digit, probably shouldn't do that. It's too much effort and you're not going to get a lot of like mileage from doing that, because it's a lot of effort to make those photoshops. Like if I were to guess how long it takes, maybe like 10 to 15 minutes if you're an experienced photoshopper. If you're not experienced, maybe like an hour. Like it's just not worth it for just freaking an Osu clip. Okay, but what I do is that when you upload a clip, there's auto-generated thumbnails by YouTube. Literally pick one of them, or you can go an extra step and zoom in onto like a pattern in the Osu map that you think is cool or representative of the clip and put that as your thumbnail. That's it. That's your thumbnail. Okay, it doesn't have to be that deep. I used to be extremely obsessive about the Osu YouTube thumbnail, but then when you look at other people like Penguin Z0, for example, one of my favorite YouTube channels, this kid's thumbnails are probably the most drab thumbnails in the world. Like they're not like that eye-popping. This is representative of the video. That's it. That's what you can do for the Osu videos as well. Again, you can go the extra step to make it super flashy. Unless you're making a high quality video to represent the thumbnail, don't bother, man. Just shoot auto generated thumbnails. And this is just for Osu videos. I'm not saying that you should do that for every video ever you make on like YouTube, where you just pick the auto generated thumbnails, but this is just for Osu. Okay, auto generated thumbnails, because it is a lazy way just to spam Osu clips like this and to grow your YouTube channel. But that is the way. So that is literally it. Spam Osu content clips. And that's kind of like my advice about it. And I also want to say that making like YouTube videos in general, you're not going to be that good at it at first, unless you're a prodigy at like making these Osu videos and just having eye-popping thumbnails like that, unless you had experience before. And you got to realize YouTube is a skill. It's a skill like anything else. And as the more you upload, the better you get at like finding shit to clip, or how to make better thumbnails, or picking a better thumbnail and inventing new like a better titles. You get better at it the more you upload videos. Okay, it's literally the same concept as Osu, where you just play more, and that's really it on how to grow an Osu YouTube channel. That's kind of the step one. Like I'm assuming that's step one. Like if I were to really dive into the second and third, if I were to give examples for those, because right now I'm in the quality stage, where that quality stage, it depends on you what Osu content you want to make. Like maybe you don't want to like spam clips all day and actually make actual Osu content. You got to decide for yourself what you want to make. I can't like decide that for you. Like me personally, I'm just gonna upload my achievements and upload my like Osu, like just me talking about the game. That's my version of quality. And then there's quality where you just basically make a bunch of those quality videos. For me personally, that's a bit difficult, because for me to make a bunch of achievement videos, I need to be pumping out plays every day. But I'm not that good where I can pump out plays like that. Like my improvement rate is kind of average, where I don't want to farm every day. Like I'll farm sometimes, but most of the time I'm just playing for fun, and that's how I get better. I could also make these videos where I just talk to the camera and shit, but honestly finding ideas for that's a little difficult for me right now, because my skill to like find those video ideas is not very high. And also, I'm not really focusing that much on YouTube. I'm just focusing on school instead. But that's a topic for another day. Quality, focus on whatever the heck you want to make better. And quality, you spam like good content. Like if I were to give an example of quality, again, Penguin Z0, one of my favorite YouTubers. I don't know if I said this in the video already. Penguin Z0, he uploads a bunch of quality videos. Like maybe some people think they're minimally edited, but I personally think they're extremely entertaining and are high quality. And it's because he's been in the YouTube game for years and is up, and he's leveled up his YouTube skills so much that he can just make YouTube videos high quality with very little effort. And he also can make them very fast. So his YouTube skill is extremely high to the point where he can be at the quality stage like that. That's kind of example. I guess in terms of OSU content, I don't really know. I mean, I guess he can be like Emmerich. I guess Emmerich's kind of in that quality cycle where, or stage where he can pump out a lot of plays, unlike me. And his plays are actually very good content because nobody else can do what the heck he can do. So he's just spamming that content and he's at that quality cycle. I guess you can look at Emmerich for that. Yeah, that's kind of the general procedure on how to grow an OC YouTube channel. I don't really know what else to say. This video might be a little long and it might be a bit ranty, but that's kind of all I wanted to say about how to grow an OC YouTube channel. I've been talking for a bit. This is like my second run of this because the first run I was recording, I was like, dude, I am fumbling my words and I haven't recorded a video in a bit. So me just talking to the camera like this, I just kind of warm up first before I talk. I'm kind of just chilling right now. I'm pretty tired. It's 8 p.m. Probably go to bed soon. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. And yeah, thank you for watching.